All right, trending up or trending down? What do you think when it comes to South Florida cities? Which ones are trending up? Which ones are trending down? Now, I saw this on Instagram yesterday. Somebody making the argument that Pompano might be the city in South Florida that is trending up the highest.
Pompano Beach might be the most underrated city in all of South Florida, and in the next 10 years, it could be completely unrecognizable. 5 years ago, mentioning Pompano Beach probably would have gotten you laughed out of the room. But right now, major developments are already breaking ground, like the Pomp. Not sure how I feel about that name, but it's a $1 billion project that's bringing an entire entertainment district, restaurants, shops, 4,000 residential units, and a hotel near Harrah's Casino. Meanwhile, the beach is bringing designer condos like the Ritz-Carlton, the Waldorf Astoria, and Armani Casa. The downtown area is getting a full-blown renovation. Completely unrecognizable. And the fishing village and pier is already one of the most walkable and scenic ocean fronts in probably the entire Fort Lauderdale area. You can still buy waterfront property with direct ocean access at prices that are unheard of in Fort Lauderdale or Boca. It's that mix of value and growth that makes me believe that Pompano is just getting started.
Okay.
Ooh, he's selling Pompano.
Yeah, I think it really is one of those places that is trending up. They've got so much stuff. And he's right. About 5 years ago, you'd have been like, I don't know about Pompano. It was probably on the side of, you're not wanting to go there. There wasn't a lot to do, and it is radically changing. Now, it's not there yet, so I think you've got to get all the construction done. But it is definitely trending up. Now, Anna said, I think West Palm is definitely trending down. No parking, so many buildings, not enough things to do. I think West Palm is in flux. They've got that Nora, the north of the railroad neighborhood that is under construction right now that they're trying to say is going to be the next Wynwood, and that is going to be absolutely amazing. The construction at City Place, there's a lot going on there. They have the Moxie's that's going to be opening up, but it's not there yet. So I think it's going to be there, but I think that it is kind of in flux. I get what she's saying with that. West Palm, you could argue either way.
I just couldn't believe the growth.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in like about 5 months. So for me, it was like, wait a minute, that was not a building. That was a parking lot. And I kept saying it over and over. Wait, that was a parking lot. Wait, that was a parking lot.
And the buildings are so big.
Huge.
They're like 9,000 feet long.
How does the building look so big when that parking lot looked so small?
Yeah, how do they
make it bigger than the parking lot was?
How do they make a 15,000 story building in 20 minutes?
It literally was breaking my brain. I couldn't figure it out. I was sitting in the back seat of my Uber, so I wasn't having to focus on the road, and I was just like, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Palm Beach Gardens, where I live at, it's becoming unrecognizable. It is so not what it used to be, man. It is coming like a little busy city.
I think it's part of the commentary that, when I went to Boston a couple years ago, I didn't really see any construction, though. It looked like the downtown was kind of set as what it is. But there's so many South Florida towns that look like they're in such flux, whether it be downtown Lauderdale, you can even still say downtown Miami with all the construction. West Palm is that way. Pompano clearly is that way. That, in a sense, it's like, okay, but you have so much dust and dirt going on with so much construction. Of course, that jacks with the roads that, I don't know. And there's one town that I'm wondering if might be a model for a lot of these cities, like West Palm Beach Gardens that you talk about. I was in Aventura on Friday. My gosh, they may have overdeveloped that area for the roads that they have.
There's always traffic in Aventura.
It is so packed in there, and there is so much traffic that it's one of those things, if you're not in the right lane or doing the right thing in the right speed, it is very challenging to drive.
You described something I will never go to.
He would hate the Aventura Mall.
I've been there. I hated it. I didn't understand it.
It's so big.
It's big, but
it's so hard to navigate.
Massive buildings there.
In the ground, is it 9,000? Like what?
And as I was going through it, I was just, it really did kind of dawn on me. I said, I think this really, if you want to see, hey, what's coming? This is what you got coming. And that, I think, is the ultimate question. Now, as we talk about some of these cities trending up, we're talking about them trending up because of development. And for the exact same reason, some people may say they're all trending down because you may look at what Aventura was 30 years ago and be like, I kind of miss that Aventura. And now you look at Aventura today, you know, yeah, you got a lot of progress. They've got a nice little water park in there and, you know, great mall and things like that. But it is very packed in there. Very packed in there.
And who wants to sit in traffic? Not me. I feel like every time we go to Aventura, it is a pain in the backside.
It's a lot. It's one thing you always have to take into consideration.
So when you say backside, are you talking about like the spine?
No, that's your ass. It's just me saying a nice way of saying pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Stephanie says where I live in Fort Lauderdale, it's so gentrified now and all these expensive new apartments. And it is an interesting debate because where some people see progress and something trending up, other South Floridians are saying, I don't know. I think it's kind of going in the wrong direction. So depending upon how you feel, if you're in Pompano, what would you say? Would you agree that it is trending up? Or are you saying, no, I kind of like the way it was. It was smaller. It was quiet. The only towns that I can really think of, like your Delray Beach, it feels like, you know what? They're done for the most part.
Yeah.
They're getting filled up.
But they're staying charming.
Yes.
Delray is a very charming town.
And it seems like we're getting fewer and fewer of those towns because it is a constant fight.
But are you saying Delray is probably hit its peak of no more?
You just don't see the cranes there like you do. Even Boca, in many places, they've got cranes that are going up, and they're putting up some taller buildings, even in Boca, which I thought was going to stay smaller. I'm not sure that will.
I'm sure they're cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Boca, where we love to charge you double.
Uh-huh.